Hi, this is Mark News from Plant Talk Radio. Thanks for subscribing and listening to our podcast, Your Gardening Questions from Plant Talk Radio. If you have a gardening question you'd like our host Fred Howard to answer, send him an email. The email address is fred@planttalkradio.com. Now for today's question.
Good morning. You know what? I guess this is a plant question.
Okay.
It's a tree question.
Okay.
I have a pine tree in my front yard. It's been there ever since we moved into this house, so it's been over 36 years, and it's quite tall. But through all the years that we've lived here, it has never dropped, and it's next to our driveway and pretty close to the front of the house. Never dropped so much sap. Actually, I don't remember it ever dropping any kind of sap on my car.
Okay.
My car is really in bad shape. Is this year bad for pine tree sap?
Well, I think so, Pat. Now, again,
really,
in not seeing it, I can't be absolute, but it sounds like an aphid-like creature. Now, there are a couple of things. Is there white mass in the crotches of the branches or on the bottom sides of the branches?
Oh, my gosh, I never even thought of looking.
Yeah, do check, because I have a hunch.
Okay.
There's a sap-sucking type of insect up there. There are a couple of possibilities. One of them will show up as a white mass, and if you run your finger through it, it is sap, but it's probably the exudate from the insect's digestive tract. Now, it doesn't sound very appetizing, but it can indeed be one of those things. Do you know? Is it a white pine?
You know, I think so. I'm not positive.
Well,
and you know what else too? Would that insect, if it's in there, would it be causing the branches? They're there's not a lot of needles on them.
Okay. Yes.
Is that just the way the tree grows and ages?
Well, there is that. However, I have a suspicion that there is some nature of insect on there, and probably in significant numbers, probably built up over the last several years, because that's the kind of thing, based on what's dripping on your car.
Yeah,
and
it's bad. It's very tacky and like glue, and it's very hard to get off.
Is it little?
Awful.
Is it start with little bitty spots?
Well, all kinds of droppings. You know.
Okay.
They're not little. No.
Well, then that may be something I'm not thinking of. There are a couple of things. If this would happen to be a spruce tree, are the needles short or long? Well, let's just.
They're not.
If it's spruce, the needles would be
maybe about an inch. The needle's about an inch long.
All right, that sounds like spruce, and then that changes the picture a little bit, because there are a couple of diseases that are affecting spruce, flat out killing them, unfortunately, and it has. Yeah, well, not the good news, but it's one of those things that with an individual tree that has been good up until now, it's possible. But there are a couple of diseases, and I think, do you live where there is a good arborist that could take a look at the tree and inspect?
I don't know. I live in Lorraine, and I have no idea.
Oh, well, there are some arborists in your area. I can't name them right now, but at the same time, you're in a big enough area, there will be some good arborists, and you need to have somebody come out and take a look at the tree. And I tell you that because of the several possibilities. I have a blue spruce. It's 35 years. Was doing quite well until about 6 years ago. Then it started to die and so on. There was some sap exudate coming out from it, and it's probably in its next to last year right now. It just keeps thinning out because of disease. I've chosen, because of where it is, not to fight the disease because I need the space for other things. But have someone come out and take a look.
Hey, thanks again for listening to our podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our other podcasts as well, the Plant of the Week podcast and the Plant Talk Radio podcast, all on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. If you'd like to sponsor a daily podcast, contact us at fred@planttalkradio.com. To find out more about Fred Hauer and Plant Talk Radio, visit our website, planttalkradio.com.
Circle270media.com